Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.
Okay, let's unpack this. I think you know the feeling.
Oh, absolutely. The 3 p.m. wall.
Exactly. It's, mid-afternoon, you've been glued to your desk or your screen all day, and then it just hits this intense brain fog that creeping anxiety starts nibbling at the edges of your concentration, and you just feel sluggish. So you reach for more coffee or maybe scroll online, just looking for some kind of refresh.
And we tend to look for these really complex solutions, don't we?
Yeah.
The latest supplement, a new biohack.
Right.
But what's fascinating here, and this is based on the work of Alexandra Kash, she's a certified personal trainer and behavior change specialist, is that the answer is, well, it's much simpler. It's literally built into our DNA.
It's a pretty revolutionary claim when you think about it. The idea that the human brain was fundamentally designed over millions of years to interact with the world through movement. That's really the core message in her book, Longevity Through Physical Activity, the 15-minute habit.
And if you stop and think about it from a historical perspective, it just makes perfect sense. I mean, for 99% of human existence, sitting still for 8 hours wasn't an option.
Not at all.
Survival meant you were constantly active. Hunting, gathering, walking, building. Our ancestors didn't need a gym membership. They simply moved all the time.
Which brings us to this brutal paradox we live in today. Our whole world is optimized for convenience, which really means sitting.
Yeah.
Screens, stillness. And then we're genuinely shocked when we feel mentally flat or anxious or just out of sync with our own bodies.
Exactly. So our mission in this deep dive is to explore the science that proves movement isn't just for your body. It's essential maintenance for your mind.
Yeah.
We're going to detail how these small, consistent physical actions, and Tafish really emphasizes that even 15 minutes is a powerful start, don't just improve physical strength. They actively sharpen your thinking, they elevate your mood, and crucially, they support healthier cognitive aging.
It's like movement is one of the most immediate and profound tools you have for your brain. It doesn't just transform your body. The science is showing it literally rebuilds your brain.
It's structural. It's like mental architecture.
Okay, so let's start with the immediate stuff because I think that's what gets people motivated.
Right, the instant gratification.
Everyone's experienced this. You're stuck on a problem. You're just hitting that analysis paralysis, and you finally decide to just stand up and walk away from your desk for a minute.
And then what happens?
And then suddenly, mid-walk, the solution just pops into your head. Or that, overwhelming anxiety from the morning meeting just seems to deflate a little bit.
Yeah.
We usually just chalk it up to getting some fresh air. But these sources confirm it's an immediate neurological shift. These moments are not coincidences.
Absolutely not. We're talking about movement influencing your central nervous system almost instantaneously. I mean, studies have shown that just one session of aerobic activity, just one, say a brisk walk or maybe 20 minutes on a bike, can lead to measurable cognitive improvement right after.
So we're not even talking about weeks of training here. What does that measurable improvement actually look like in real life?
It looks like improved focus.
Yeah.
You can actually sustain your attention for longer. It looks like enhanced problem-solving skills because you're physically pushing more blood flow and oxygen to your prefrontal cortex.
The thinking part of the brain.
Exactly. And maybe most importantly for so many of us, it boosts your ability to handle psychological stress right in that moment. You become less reactive.
That stress reduction piece is so critical. We often think of exercise as adding stress, the physical strain. But it sounds like it's more of a pressure release valve for chemical stress.
That's the perfect way to put it.
Yeah.
When we're stressed, our bodies get flooded with hormones like cortisol. And if you're just sitting there, those hormones are just stewing. They keep you wired and anxious. Movement is the physical action that clears out that hormonal gunk. And at the same time, it's releasing all the good stuff, dopamine, serotonin, endorphins. It's a massive chemical trade-off, and you are immediately winning that exchange.
So if that's what happens right away, when movement becomes a consistent habit, like that 15-minute routine Alexandra Kash talks about, the benefits must just multiply.
They absolutely do. They compound. Beyond just clearing immediate stress, that consistency builds resilience. A stronger, healthier body requires less energy just to function.
Which means more energy for everything else.
Exactly. Lower baseline fatigue, higher energy levels for your work, for your family, for managing life's challenges. You build more endurance for the daily grind.
And mental health implications there are staggering. Anxiety and depression are such huge issues today. And the idea that movement could be a real non-pharmaceutical intervention it's incredibly compelling.
It is. The sources are clear on this. Regular, consistent activity has been shown in studies to be as effective as some standard medications for certain types of depression and anxiety. It's not just a mood boost. It's a profound regulator for your emotional stability.
Okay, and let's not forget the classic cognitive worry, memory. For anyone worried about, forgetting where they put their keys or struggling to learn something new, how does movement help with that?
This is where we can get really specific about the brain's geography. Movement directly stimulates the hippocampus.
Okay, the memory headquarters.
Memory headquarters, exactly.
Yeah.
It's responsible for turning short-term experiences into long-term memories. Physical activity encourages the health and even the growth of those hippocampal cells.
So if you're trying to learn a new language or absorb a lot of complex info for work, combining that learning with activity like listening to a language app while you walk, you're literally helping your brain lay down stronger memories.
Precisely. It really shows us that movement isn't just about feeling better in some vague way. It's about providing the fuel and the stimulus to actively rewire and sharpen the specific cognitive tools we rely on every single day.
Right. Now we have to address this huge misconception that holds so many people back. We hear it all the time. People say, I haven't exercised in 20 years. It's just too late for me to start. Or I'm over 50. My brain has already peaked and it's all downhill from here.
That whole narrative is, frankly, it's obsolete. The science today emphatically rebuts that idea. Modern neuroscience is really built on the discovery that the brain and the body maintain this astonishing capacity for adaptation throughout your entire life. Even if you have been completely sedentary, you can start today and reap significant measurable benefits at any age.
That's incredibly powerful. It just removes all the guilt and shame about past inactivity. And the evidence for this, especially later in life, is so compelling.
Well, just consider the physical evidence first. Older adults who start a consistent exercise regimen show measurable improvements in muscle density, bone strength, and crucially, balance.
And that's not just vanity, that's about independence.
It's about longevity and quality of life. Reducing the risk of debilitating falls and fractures is key. Your body is ready and waiting for that signal to get stronger no matter what the calendar says.
So if the body can do that, re-engage and rebuild muscle, bone, tendons, what does that say about the brain's capacity? Let's get into the hard science of it.
If we connect this to the bigger picture of brain discovery, For decades, scientists just believed the brain was a relatively fixed, rigid organ that simply declined with age. That was the model. But modern neuroscience completely upended that.
Right.
We now know the brain is constantly changing and adapting throughout our entire lifespan.
And that ability is neuroplasticity, right?
Precisely. Neuroplasticity is the brain's superpower. It's the ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections. Think of your neural pathways like a huge superhighway system. Neuroplasticity means you can always build new roads or reroute traffic around a jam.
And movement is the engine driving that construction crew.
It's the primary signal, yes.
Okay.
Movement enhances neuroplasticity.
Yeah.
When you challenge your body, whether it's learning a new dance step or just walking on uneven ground, you are sending these powerful signals to the brain that say, hey, I need to be adaptable. I need to learn and change.
So it keeps the learning engine of your brain running smoothly, but it goes even deeper than just reorganizing what's already there, doesn't it? This is where actual growth comes in.
Absolutely. This, to me, is the truly astonishing part. Movement actually promotes neurogenesis.
Neurogenesis.
The birth of brand new brain cells, new neurons, which is just phenomenal. And where does this happen most readily? In the hippocampus, that memory center we just talked about.
Wow. So you are not just strengthening the pathways you already have. You are literally manufacturing new processing power for your brain. That sounds like the ultimate longevity hack.
It is a core biological mandate for longevity. If you want a sharp, agile mind well into your later decades, you need to promote neurogenesis. Movement provides the environmental enrichment that's necessary for those new cells to be born and to survive.
Which means you're building new neural architecture that improves cognitive flexibility so you can handle unexpected situations better. It quickens your reaction time, it sharpens your decision making.
And this just underscores Alexandra Kash's point perfectly. Physical activity is fundamentally vital for your mental agility, for your emotional resilience, and for your longevity. It should be prioritized just as much as sleep or nutrition. It's not optional, it's maintenance.
So this whole deep dive has really shown us that movement is so much more than a way to burn calories. It's the primary way our brain seeks clarity, regulates emotion, and builds this long-term resilience against decline.
The body and mind are one integrated system, and movement is the bridge that connects them.
The overarching takeaway then is crystal clear. Whether you need immediate relief from stress and that brain fog, or you're aiming for, long-term health, even simple intentional movement is what creates the foundation for a more energized and focused life.
Exactly.
And that emphasis on consistency, even just that 15 minutes a day, that's the key. Kash's research reminds us that simple daily habit is enough to start shifting how your brain processes stress, how it sharpens cognition, how it supports healthier aging for your entire life. It's so accessible.
And since we know that neuroplasticity is active your whole life, and that even these small bouts of movement can promote the literal birth of new neurons, neurogenesis,
right,
we have to end with a powerful thought for you to consider.
Right. What simple, deliberate 15-minute movement pattern, and it could be anything, a brisk walk, bodyweight squats.
A dance party in your kitchen.
A dance party in your kitchen. What pattern could you start today that would immediately begin that process of rewiring your brain for greater mental clarity and long-term resilience?
That's the action item. Something tangible to mull over as you go about your day.
Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.